It was a surprise because what we know is that Rafa Nadal is going to promote Saudi Arabia like an ambassador. He's one of the best tennis players ever, and we guess he has 1 year left for competition, even though he's not playing now because he has an injury. But we don't know many things. We don't know, for example, how much money is Nadal earning with this deal. But we know that Jon Rahm, Spanish golfer, one of the best in the circuit, has signed a contract with Saudi Arabia for 5 million in euros, and that's a lot of money. Nadal was not expected to be in this kind of deals.
No, exactly. But his image doesn't seem to match up with what Saudi seems to be trying to do here with these big, high-profile sports figures.
Yes, the thing is that I think people didn't like the news, not just because of the announcement, because everyone we know here that Saudi Arabia is not respecting human rights at all. They don't respect women, they don't respect gay people, and Nadal is probably Spanish greatest sportsman anytime. And people don't like to associate his image to a country like that, especially because of the words he said the day he announced the news. He said something like, "You go there and you can see progress everywhere." So everyone here thought, what kind of progress? People can forgive some things. People can understand money is the key. You can make a deal because you're going to earn a lot of money, like in Jon Rahm case. But these words, I think, were too much.
Yeah. As you pointed out, he's injured. He pulled out of the Australian Open. He may only have another year if he is able to get back. Do you think it's a kind of decision an athlete makes at the tail end of his career like this and sort of doesn't care about the consequences?
Maybe. And maybe it's hard for me to understand. He was not able to understand the consequences because he's a very clever man. But probably it's the right time now at the end of his career. And for sure, money is the key. The deal talks also about building a Rafa Nadal Academy in Saudi Arabia. So this is big business. I don't know.
It is interesting. So, he made those comments at the start. Do you think the response and the reaction he might get might give him some pause for thought as he has to then, I guess, start talking about it more publicly?
Yeah, for sure. Probably the thing is to make like a correction or to explain better what he wanted to say when he said progress everywhere. Obviously, we know they made some little progresses. Women for some years now, they are able to drive in the country, but they need their parents or their husbands for everything they do. So there are many things yet to correct and to progress in this country, to talk about progression everywhere.
What have you made? We've seen it in other ways. We've seen it with the golf tournament LIV, which has now formally become part of the PGA Tour. We've seen it with Ronaldo pocketing millions as he promotes their 2030 World Cup bid. How much is being achieved by Saudi Arabia with the sports washing that they are undertaking with billions of dollars?
That's a word, no? Sport washing is the best and not the cheapest in this case marketing campaign. They paid for great footballers like Cristiano Ronaldo, like Benzema. They paid for one of the best golfers for the Dakar from 5 years now, I think, and they are going to organize a football World Cup. Maybe that's the main goal. Sport is the best marketing campaign for any country, and especially for one who does not respect human rights but has a lot of money, like in this case. We have seen before with Germany and Hitler, they organized the Olympics. and they try to give another image. That's what Saudi Arabia is trying to do. They want to show an advanced country, a model country, but they have to correct a lot of things.
And do you think it's working in any way? Do you think, because, you know, whenever someone like Nadal or Ronaldo signs up, there is this conversation. It really refocuses the issues that Saudi Arabia faces and the reputation that it has.
I think, you know, some days before Spanish Super Cup is like the big competition in Spanish teams with the winner of the league and the winner of the cup. I think this is third year they are celebrating also in Saudi Arabia. They went there with Barcelona and Real Madrid, and a German Real Madrid player, Kroos, was they were insulting him during the match and saying everything because he was the one who spoke aloud about all these things and criticized openly the thing Saudi Arabia is doing. But the news is that he was the one. That's what they criticize him. And I think they maybe expect that sometime we're not talking about this anymore, because we were used to see all these football players, all these tennis players, people that we rely on, that we see like big models, going there and saying everything's fine there, people is happy, women are good.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the key. We have seen, for example, with Qatar.
That is a very good
World Cup
point.
there.
Yep, very well put. Good point, well made. Nice to talk to you as always. We'll watch as it plays out. Thanks, Nadia.
Thank you.